It's the heresy and the word bearers are gathering at the edge of this ruined city, but out in the wastes, the Raven Guard are waiting to strike. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Steve, not Rob. Say hi, Steve, not Rob.
Hi, Steve, not Rob.
We've got him. He likes the heresy. Do you like the heresy?
I've always liked the heresy. I played it from first edition heresy.
But you're back now. You're playing this.
Playing heresy again, yeah.
How you finding it?
I really enjoy it. It's very thematic. You can really get your juices flowing playing it, can't you? It's almost like role play, but like 40k how it should be.
It's wargaming.
It is wargaming.
There's explosions and mobilizations. And how many games have you played?
This would be my fourth game of Heresy 2.0.
And you said all the other games, or what were they?
War of Lies.
You played three.
War of Lies. We rolled on them all, and they just rolled a 6. War of Lies
for this one.
Yeah,
but we're not playing War of Lies.
We're not playing War of Lies this time. No.
No.
Even though it is fun, but 4 in a row. Maybe not, maybe
let's
not.
give you a different game.
Yeah.
So today it's going to be Dawn of War deployment, and we're playing Tide of Carnage. Tide of Carnage is quite simple. There are 3 zones on the battlefield: your deployment zone, no man's land, and the enemy's deployment zone. And you need to have scoring units in that zone at the end of the game, and no enemy units scoring units in those zones at the end of the game. You don't have to be wholly within them either, but you have to pick which one you're in. So Tide of Carnage, essentially you're trying to slaughter each other's troop units. If the enemy has no troop units left at the end of the game and you've got 1 in whatever zone, you're going to win some points. Then, of course, there's secondaries: Slay the Warlord, Last Man Standing. Heavy armor also scores in this mission as well. Any tanks, any vehicles that you have that are not flyers also count as scoring units. The battle mats from urbanmats.com. These ruins are all from urbanmats.com. This is gamemap.eu. Shout out to all my subscribers and members. Thanks for supporting me. You're awesome. And here is just under 3,000 points worth of Raven Guard using the Decapitation Strike Rite of War with the Hidden Hand Warlord trait. What does all that mean? It means that I get preferred enemy independent characters, reroll hit rolls of 1, reroll wound rolls of 1 if an independent character is attached to a unit, and I get an extra 2 points if I slay the Warlord. Decapitation Strike, I'm coming for them. Also with the Hidden Hand Warlord trait, I get to re-roll reserve rolls, and so long as my Warlord is in reserve, and there's my Warlord, he's a Praetor with a pair of mastercrafted Raven's Talons with an Apothecary, joining a unit of Dark Furies, they're going to be in reserve. So long as he's in reserve, I get to re-roll reserve rolls. And then when stuff comes in from deep strike or outflank, and a lot of my army can deep strike and or outflank, basically everything in my entire army can either deep strike or outflank, except for the dreadnoughts. When they come in, they get a 5-up shrouding save for the whole game turn, not player turn, game turn. And the game turn consists of your turn and your opponent's turn. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be deep striking, outflanking in, trying to decapitate the head of the snake, which in this case happens to be Argutal looking over my shoulder there, and trying to win this Tide of Carnage. Legion special rule. Most legions have 1 special rule. Raven Guard, they have 3 special rules, depending on whether you're a Talon, Hawk, or Falcon. The way it works is, these guys on foot, the normal infantry on foot, they get a shrouded 6-up save if you're more than 8 inches away. And they also have, infiltrate, which confers outflank. Then the other things, apart from the skimmers, are Falcons, and they get to re-roll wound rolls of 1 in the so long as I charge, not charge so long as I charged, even if that charge is disordered. That's what Raven Guard do. So yeah, Praetor with the Apothecary, joining a unit of Dark Furies. In there, there's 3 Choosers of the Slain, and they all have Melter Bombs, and they have Sudden Strike. They're very nasty. They're a very good unit, but they don't have invulnerable saves, and they don't like getting punched back again. And wherever you see red talons across the army, these are Raven Guard specific lightning claws called Raven's Talons, which rend on a 5 instead of a 6. So he's going to be joining them. The Choosers of the Slain have Artificer armor, comes as standard, 2 wounds in all of these guys. The only other bit of Artificer armor I have is the Mordathan Sergeant in this squad here. The rest, none of the rest of my army have Artificer armor because narrative. And these are shooty elites with 2 wounds. Dark Furies are punchy elites with 2 wounds. These guys all have sniper rifles, and 3 of them have missile launchers, these massive blunderbusses here. But because they have relentless, they can move and shoot. They also hit on 2s. I also gave them an improviser, so you can't shroud the shots coming in against them. And yeah, they can be quite nasty. They have a once per game fatal strike thing, which gives them a rending 4-up. You can't put it on the sniper rifles because they already have a rending, but you can put it on the 3 missile launchers there. Scoring units: 2 units of tactical marines, 2 units of assault marines. The tactical squads are stripped down. There's Raven's Talons, 1 has an all-grease cannon, just in case Steve Not Rob was going to infiltrate anywhere near me. And then 3 units of assault marines. There's 2 swords and a set of Raven's Talons in each of them. And then 3 javelin speeders with multi-melters, las cannons, and that one at the front there does have 2 hunter-killer missiles. 5 units of Sky Hunter jet bikes, all with multi-melters, Raven Talons on the sergeant. They have improvisers. The Mordathan and the bikes have improvisers, so they ignore night fighting. If you ignore night fighting, you can't shroud. Decapitation strike only allows for 1 heavy, so there's a Deredeo back there. And then filling out the elite slot are 2 separate dreadnoughts. They're not a Talon, 1 with all the las, 1 with all the melter. And that's my list. The only real punchy in the army is the Dreadnought and the Dark Furies and the Word Bearers. Well, they're going to be coming right for me. The plan is here with all the guns to dance around the edge, pick apart the Word Bearers from range, move, block and sacrifice the units that you need to, and do enough to slay the Warlord and win this Tide of Carnage. One last shout out, all these gorgeous resin bases that you see are from marchofwar.co.uk. Steve Not Rob.
Hello.
You brought the baddies.
The baddies, yes.
No one likes Word Bearers.
Well, that's what makes them a great baddie, because no one likes them.
At least you didn't bring Erebus.
True, yeah.
But you have got Argotal, and I quite like Argotal.
He's good. He's got a very bittersweet story in the Heresy, really, hasn't he?
He had a demon in him.
Yeah.
And even with a demon in him, he was still a good guy.
He was a good guy deep at heart, definitely.
Yeah. So, Word Bearers, tell me what they do and things.
Well, the Word Bearers, their main... Well, this is Argotal's detachment, basically. It's the Serrated son.
Yep.
Which makes Gal Vorbak line.
Yep.
Which is great for Gal Vorbak, because they're usually elite, so now they can score.
Right.
Which is really good, and they're really tough.
Yeah, so that's a 5-up invulnerable save, 5-up field of pain, on a toughness 5, 3 wound, all of them.
All of them, yes.
With score and line, and they're quick and they're nasty, and I don't like them.
They're very punchy when they get into combat. Really good. The other thing the Word Bearers do is you never their leadership never drops between 6.
Below 6, yeah.
That's it, yeah. And
if you draw a combat, you count as winning the combat.
Strains like that,
which kicks in.
Does.
Advanced reactions and things. Your advanced reaction is Glorious Martyrdom. If I shoot at a unit, what you can do is just pick up a model, and then the shooting phase ends.
Yeah, exactly.
My advanced reaction is if you shoot at a unit, I can try and blend back into the shadows, move my initiative, and also I get
basically.
I get a shrouding save. Being sneaky.
Hide behind the corner.
Tactically reposition.
Let's hide.
No, it's like it's written for me.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Written for cowards. Anyway, yeah. Where we're to. So the list. Argotal, Warlord, Gal Vorbak. He's going to be joining the Gal Vorbak because it's just thematic. Staying on the demon list, there's a Marigold Dreadnought behind there. They're very good. They like to smash things up.
Double punchy fist?
Double punchy fist, because I think that's the way to run him, really, because you just want to run him straight down the gut. And like a Distraction 30k Carnifex.
Nice. A Distraction Marigold.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 2 identical, a TAC Marine, so basic Artificer armor on the Sergeant, Power Fist.
Vexillers, Rhinos.
Vexillers and Rhinos for them.
Are these the old Rogue Trader?
They are really old. They used to have the old handrail that went around there, but if you remember, anyone who had them, they were notoriously for snapping off. It's like the aerials at the back.
Yeah.
They've only got one aerial left, so I think they're like 95, 94.
Dude, they're going to be older than some of the people watching this video.
They are true, if you look at them, they're super small, so they're very heresy rhinos.
Nice.
Deredeo.
Yeah.
So that is an old four-drawer one, so it's resin, so it's just got the autocannons and the missile launchers on top.
Yep.
Moving that way, I have a squadron of last kind of multi-melter speeders.
It's interesting. I brought a Deredeo and speeders. You brought a Deredeo.
I know, yeah. Honestly,
and
we didn't plan it.
I had no idea.
That I find out of my few games, they're very good. They sort of pull their weight very well if they can get a shot. They will die, but usually what they shoot, they
Points for points, they're one of the best units in the game because they're so tanky and so shooty. They do have an Achilles heel though.
They're weak.
You catch them in close combat.
Oh, good God, yes.
They do have a leadership, and I've assaulted them with like assault marines before and won the combat by 2 or so, and then swept the whole squad.
Yeah, I think you're doing something wrong if you're getting them caught, because they're quite nippy. So.
Say your entire opponent has outflanking, infiltrating, deep striking, and thingy
hiding. Yeah, that would do it.
Then they'll be able to catch them.
True. That's probably fatal last words for me.
Like a kitten jumping on a little bit of cotton wool.
Yeah. Or a string, bit of string. Okay, and the next lot we've got a Centurion Chaplain.
Yes.
And a Centurion Librarian.
Nice.
So Power Axe, Lightning Claw, and just the normal Centurion Chaplain stuff. They'll be attached to a 10-man group of Cataphractii Terminators. So I've got 5 Lightning Claws in there. Obviously the Sarge's got Lightning Claws because of extra attacks. And 5 Chain Fists.
Brilliant.
So basically they're like a smash mouth. They can pretty much all come out of the list. They can pretty much take out vehicles and troops.
I like it. So 2 massive rocks. The Galval back are a big rock. These guys are a massive rock. With the Chaplain, they're re-rolling all hits. You've got claws for all the infantry, chain axes for all the tanks, which I haven't got any because Raven Guard, they've all been destroyed. It's found 5 survivors. Yeah. What psychic power are you going to like?
Biomancy, because it's got a great thing where he can make himself and the unit an extra toughness.
For instant death.
So it makes the Terminator a little bit survivable. As 2 wound 2 wound infantry, you want them to be a bit tougher.
So you've made them punchier with the Chaplain and tougher with the Librarian.
Yes, yeah. And they'll be riding around in a Spartan. So excuse the it's not completely WYSIWYG, this Spartan, because it's an old resin one again. It's not a new, old. I'm like you. Old and past it. So the only thing that's different in this is the heavy bolters in the front will be last cannon. So you have to excuse me for that. But it is a flare shield and extra hot armor, is it, or reinforced armor? Something like that. Yeah, basically.
But you paid the 50 points for the flare shield.
Yeah, exactly. Because the flare shield is what you need.
Otherwise, the las cannons thumping into the front of a Spartan can pen it.
Yeah.
But if you've got a flare shield, the most they can do is glance it. Exactly. And I've got a lot of las cannons before the bikes come zipping over there. So triple las cannon, flare shield, Spartan, 2 big rocks rocking forward. Mm-hmm. Couple of scoring units over here, but the Rhinos and the Spartan also score in this mission.
And the Galval back.
And the Galval back, because of the serrated sun thing. Yeah. You're going to be running right forward, punching me. My Warlord trait gives me 2 reactions in the movement phase. I'm not sure. It's either in the movement or assault phase with Argortal. We'll check that one. Mm-hmm. I'm terrified of the Dreadnought as well. He's super scary. Isn't he Initiative 5 Dreadnought?
He is, yeah. Initiative. Yeah, he is Initiative 5.
He's got like a better initiative, better weapon skill. But your guys don't want to be close to him because it drops your leadership down.
He runs off by himself, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go on to deployment. Here we are partway into deployment because I have to show you guys this. I won the roll-off to go first, deploy first, and there is a Dreadnought, and a Deredeo, and that's it. And then Steve.Rob had to think about what I might be doing later, because a unit of assault marines, the bikes and the Dark Furies are deep striking in. The javelins are outflanking. The reason why I'm outflanking is because when I come in from outflank with Decapitation Strike, I get shrouded on them, and with the Harbingers of the Legion, they re-roll their shrouded saves. So yeah, let's have that. The guys on foot, they're all infiltrating. The 2 units of assault marines, they're just going to be coming in from the board edge. But most of my army off the table before I start infiltrating stuff. And the javelins are here. Argortal and the Galval back ready to run all the way up the table, because if there's line units in my deployment zone if you get your stuff in my deployment zone and I don't have any line units there, it's worth 7. It's 3, 5, 7 points. The Spartan obviously pivoting around to look at the las cannon, a Dreadnought over here. The rhinos are down there with the 2 troops, and there's the Marigal Dreadnought. And now I have to think about where I'm going to put 3 units of infiltrators. A few moments later, I apologise. Hours later. Yeah. So we're deployed. It took me a long time to put 3 units down. I decided to put them over here. 1 tactically positioned behind the ruins. There's the Mordathan, and then the other squad is already inside the Word Bearer's deployment zone down here. You're going to have to do something about that. Maybe divert the Marigal Dreadnought back that way, or there's 20 tactical marines inside those 2 rhinos there. And there's my outflanking marker right in the middle of the enemy's deployment zone at the back of the battle grid. And now Steve, the evil traitor that he is going to try and steal from a friend on the roll of a 6.
Who says I'm your friend? Friend.
And it's a 6. Yes. The Word Bearers have turn 1. So the perfectly laid trap of the Raven Guard has been sprung by the Word Bearer. Some kind of warp trickery going on here, which means that they saw us coming. The javelins around this side look like they want to nail lots of shots into the side of this dreadnought, and the Spartan has exposed its side armour to this dreadnought here while the Galvorback come running up the table, and it's done that to get some shots down this side, either on the Derrideo or the Mordathan. As for the back corner, you're keeping inside the rhinos for now, choosing not to come out and bolter discipline the Raven Guard back here. Because you stole the initiative, the Marigal might have enough movement to get here, kill them, and then influence the battle. That was the thoughts anyway, but as he stepped out of terrain, the Raven Guard saw him coming, took a few steps back.
Ran away.
So that's going to be tactically repositioned.
To be fair, like I would probably run away from a demon-infused, Galvorback-infused Contemptor chassis.
Well, he's got firm handshakes, put it that way. Yeah. So he took a few steps back. Hopefully that charge will be a bit longer than yes, we'll see. Where do you want to start the shooting phase?
Should we start
javelins?
Shoot all the last
into dreadnoughts. So you've got 6 las cannons coming up, and 2 of the multi-melters are in range as well. The las cannons are going to hit on 3s. Yeah. 1 minute.
1 minute.
I can do a thing. I'm not going to return fire. Shoot me. 3s to hit the las cannons.
3s to hit the las cannons.
And you hit 5 times. Brilliant. Lovely. 2s to wound with the las cannons.
Has this got
Sunder only affects vehicles.
Oh, they're not vehicles.
They're not vehicles.
Yeah, strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
Certain things.
You wound all the times. They all wound on 2s. I have 5 up invulnerable saves from this, and I take 3 wounds. It's half dead. Then 2 multi-melters come smashing out as well. They hit on 3s, and they both hit. These are wound on 3s. Yeah. And one of them wounds. Do I save that? I do save that. It's taken 3 wounds. So because it's on 3 wounds remaining, you were thinking about splitting fire with the las cannons on the side sponsoring on the Spartan if it was on 1 wound or something.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But it's still, you can't kill it with that side sponsoring. So instead, all the 5 twin link las cannons coming in at the Derrideo, hitting on 3s. Yeah. And you need some re-rolls on the twin linkered. And that is 4 hits. This is a wound on 2s. 3 wounds. 3, 5+ invulnerable saves. It saves 1 of them. My Derrideo is down to 4 wounds remaining. Now your Derrideo is firing at the Mordathan team, and they're going to return fire.
Okay.
Okay, 4 shots with the Ambulus auto cannon thing. 2s to hit. It's twin linked, so you can reroll that one. Yep. And it is strength 7. Yeah. So wounds on 2s, but 5's rend. So there's a rend and there's 2 wounds. Mm-hmm. The 2 wounds we have 3 up saves against and a 6 up shroud. And you wound 1 of them. The rending shot, well, the barricades give a 5 up cover and they have skirmish. So a 4 up cover and then a 6 up shroud. You kill 1 of them. Ooh. There's 3 ALOS missiles smashing out as well. These hit on 2s and they're strength 6. They both wound. They're AP 3, so I need cover, which I make, and then 4 shots with the twin heavy bolter on 2s. Everything hit. This wounds on 3s. 2 of them wound. 2 3-up saves and a shroud. You kill 1.5. But we return fire with sniper rifles on 2s, and these need 5s to rend because they're Nemesis sniper rifles. That's a wound. 1 5-up and vulnerable save. And you take a wound, and then there's 3 missile launchers, and 2 of them hit. These are strength 8. They both wound, but you get 2 up saves against this. And I only take 1 wound off your Derridair. We rounded off the shooting phase with the rhinos over here. They managed to take out one of the tactical marines that the Marigold wants to charge. Then I overwatched. Now we're charging.
Yep.
It's a 10. It's a 10-inch charge.
10-inch charge? Nope.
No, instead the Marigold surging 3. That puts that chaos-infested, filthy dreadnought there. That is the end of the bearers of the word. Turn 1, they've injured some of my dreadnoughts, some of my ancients, and my reserves won't be coming on until turn 2. So Raven Guard now need to make some decisions. Do I start pouring fire down into the Galvor back? Do I do something about the speeders on this flank? Let's have a think in Raven Guard, turn 1. So I can't kill the javelins in 1 turn of shooting, so I'm leaving them for now. Instead, I've only moved 2 things. This dreadnought and that dreadnought. The idea is to take down the Derrideo, because I might be able to kill that. The tactical marines staying very, very quiet. These tactical marines around here, there's no way we're coming straight for that Marigold dreadnought. But what we can do is rapid fire him. And the Volkite hits and doesn't wound. And the bolters hit on 3s, but need 6s to harm that demon. That's 2 6s, 2 2-up saves on the Marigold. I don't even scratch the surface, it just shrugs it off. Okay, that was just a tickle. Let's try and hurt that Derrideo. Starting off with this dreadnought down here, we just measured up. It's like 1/2 inch in, which is good, from the multi-melter, which hits and doesn't wound. We've got 4 shots from my dreadnought, which hits all the times and wounds all the times. 5 up saves.
5 up saves.
Yes.
So make 1.
That's 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
It's on 2 wounds remaining. Softened up perfectly for... I'm going to shoot the Derrideo in, because I'm aware that you might be waiting to return fire on the Mordathan, and the Derrideo might be able to kill your Derrideo. Do you want to return fire on this one? Wait for the
Yes, because he's only got 2 wounds.
Yes.
And you've got a lot of shots coming, like
Yes.
the plasma and the missile launch.
Yes.
It's highly likely you'll probably kill it.
I hope so.
Yeah, so he's going to shoot.
You're going to return fire.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Here's the plasma carronade on 2s. Obviously not doing the blast version because it's a single model. And these need strength 7, toughness 7, but 4's breach.
Yeah.
And that is 3 breaching hits, 3 invulnerable saves on 2 wounds remaining.
Trying to say I need 2 5s.
You need 2 5s. There's
How about 3 5s?
There's 3 5s. He's fine. He's fine. Here's the Ilos. The Ilos will wound on 5s. That's 2 2-up saves against the Ilos. And you're good. And then the heavy bolter, which wounds on 6s, nothing. And now you can return fire into my Derrideo. So you've got 4 shots with the Ambulis auto cannon battery, which hits on 2s and is twin linked. And it's strength 7 versus toughness 7. So 4's to wound, but 5's rend. There's a wound. There's a save. You have the Ilos as well. 3 shots. And they all hit. These are strength 6 versus toughness 7. Nothing. And 4 shots with the twin linked. Twin linked.
Good job too.
Yes.
Okay.
3 of them hit. 6 to wound. No wounds. So both dreadnoughts did nothing to each other. I wanted to kill it. It's still very much combat effective on 2 wounds remaining. And then I shot in with these guys. We did the shooting in with these guys. We're on to the Mordathan. You have already returned fire.
I did, yeah. I was expecting to die, to be
So
fair.
I need these guys to kill it. So once per battle, they can do this thing called Fatal Strike, which means their missile launchers will rend on a 4. So I'm going to do that now. So let's Fatal Strike you.
Yeah.
Blow my load early. 2s to hit with missile launchers. Looking for 4s. That's 2 invulnerable saves.
Yeah.
Don't roll any more 5s.
Oh, dear.
You keep rolling 5s.
Yeah.
Maybe sniper fire can do it. Not if I miss twice, though. 5s. 1 more wound. 1 more 5-up invulnerable save, which of course you fail. I was going to say you're going to pass this one. So you're on 1 wound on the Derrideo.
Yep.
And interestingly, there is no charges. The Raven Guard tried to take out one of the enemy stompy things of doom, but failed. As we got to Wordbearer's turn 2. So while the javelins chase the dreadnought down here, in the middle of the battle grid, the Galvorback just run. They're below, we've put them up there because it's easier to do that, but they're running this way and suddenly there's 10 Galvorback and 10 Terminators running straight down towards the Raven Guard lines. We did the Biomancy on the Librarian, which passed, so those Terminators are now +1 strength, +1 toughness. And yeah, that's a lot of pressure in turn 2. No charges will come from them in turn 2, but in turn 3, they're going to be right up in my grill. You are concerned about the outflanking marker behind, but despite being concerned about the outflanking marker behind, you left both of the rhinos back here, just engines jogging over. Yeah. Why?
I don't know why.
Okay, good answer.
I think probably they're, if I put them out in harm's way, they can be shot. So I'm thinking of saving them to later to push forward, maybe to control either one in my passage, my back passage, or one in the centre ground.
Okay, so keeping a card in your deck for now. The Marigal was coming straight down towards these tactical marines that infiltrated over here. I feel like their mission is a success because in turn 2, the Marigal is going to be in the corner of the battle grid, so that might keep them out of the fight for a couple of turns. It is a 5-turn game. As we go into the shooting phase, we're going to start with the javelins, picking on my dreadnought. One more time. Here's all the lads.
6 lads.
Last time you hit 5 times. This time you hit 4 times, but they do wound on 2s, and it's only got 3 wounds remaining, and that's 4 saves I need to make. And it's dead, and it blows up, and you kill it, and they complete their hunting mission. Yeah. Then over here, the Spartan one more time, putting all the shots into the Derpidero. Hitting on 3s. With some, no need for the twin linking. No. 2s to wound. 4 wounds. 4. 5 up, invulnerable saves. It's on 1 wound remaining. So what are you doing with the Derpidero?
As it's only got 1 wound left, I'm going to try and chance it and see if I can plink off the last
Derrideo on Derrideo action. How many wounds is your Derrideo on?
1.
So I'm going to return fire.
Yeah,
mutually destructive. Yeah. Hopefully.
It'd be good if it does. It'd be fun.
Here's the autocannon.
Autocannon.
2s. 4's wound, 5's rend.
Yeah.
There's 2 rends. 2 5 up invulnerable saves.
Oh,
I make it.
Lovely,
I make it. I'm doing what you did.
I know.
Alos missile launcher.
3 shots.
Yes. 2s, and this is strength 6, so you need 5s to wound. Yeah. There's a wound, but I get a 2 up against that. I make the 2 up against that. Heavy bolter.
Yeah, heavy bolter.
They all hit. 6s to wound. Okay. There's another wound, another 2 up save. Will my Derrideo live? My Derrideo lives, which is good because your Derrideo must die. I wanted to kill it in turn 1. Let's see if I can kill it in turn 2. Let's hit him with all the plasma. 4 of them hit. 4's wound, but they breach. 1 invulnerable save. Just 1. Don't roll a 5 again.
There's a chance.
I'm saying there's always a chance. And
there is a chance.
It's Steve, not Rob. He makes his saves. That's what he does. That's what he does. He makes his saves. That's what he does. This is the Ilos on 5s. Nothing. Heavy bolter. 2s. Twin linked. 6s. 1 wound. 1 2 up save. You're saying there's a... It's a day! Dead. Point. Then, after the Derrideo died, that was it for the shooting phase. We come on to the charge phase. Marigal charged the tactical squads. They put 1 wound on it on Overwatch on the way in. Then it fights. 3 base attacks, 4 with its loadout. +2 for Rampage. And I'm not sure if that stacks with the +1 for charge. We'll have to check. You do get an extra 1.
Oh, lovely.
And you hit on 3s. It's Rage you get. It's instead of. Rampage is if you're outnumbered, and you're definitely outnumbered.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything hits.
No, 2s don't hit.
Oh yeah, 2s don't hit, you're right. Yeah. 2s will kill them.
Yeah.
This is nasty stuff. You wipe out 5. The brave loyalists pile back into the demon and they hit it once and don't wound it, and then the sergeant raises his snicky Wolverine claws and hits once, and on 5s he'll rend him. Shred, yeah, thank you. I wound him. 5 up invulnerable save. He takes another wound, which he can recover with It Will Not Die, and I lost that combat by 4, so my leadership is now 8. Does it have fear? Yeah, it's corrupted, adds fear 1, so I need a 3. I don't make a 3. We have an initiative, roll off, because I break. And I've rolled a 10 in total. 6 plus 4 is 10. Yeah. But you add 5 to this. And 11. Of course you do. You run them down. Then he consolidates 5 inches. And at the end of your turn, you get it will not die 5 up. And he doesn't get a wound back. He's down to 6 wounds, which is the normal number of wounds for a normal dreadnought. And that is the end of Word Bearers. Turn 2. Okay, that's one scoring unit completely wiped out. Now I need to see if my reserves come on, which I can re-roll because my Warlord is here. So let's start with him. And he's coming in. It's failed reserve rolls. This is also the deep... Oh, that's the deep strike. That's the deep strike assault is coming in.
Yep.
Outflanking. And then the unit of assault marines, which I can re-roll. And then the unit of assault marines. Everything's on. Right, here we are partway into deployment because I've still got outflankers and deep strikers. The dreadnought going straight up the table because Corax didn't raise a bitch. He's going straight there. Along with the Mordathan and the Deredale, we're going to put a lot of firepower down there. And then the 2 assault units that jumped in, one on this flank, one on this flank, and you're not intercepting and you're not making a movement reaction yet.
No, I don't think I can,
no?
I can escape from them. I don't think I can.
Well, there's 9 shots coming in, and 3 of them are twin linked. It could hurt.
Could hurt, but I think you've got other things coming in.
I've got other things that could come in. First, let's find out if my outflanking is disordered. I don't want to roll a 1. I don't roll a 1. All right, I dropped them in there because charging Terminators, Galval back. Don't want to be charged back. And I can shoot at your tanks, and I can shoot at your speeders. And now it's the deep strike. Now it's the scary thing. I really need to kill that Spartan. It scores. It's heavy armor. And I've got 5 multi-melters. And this deep strike will not scatter. Scatters a little bit. And that's a deep strike mishap. The disturbance from the ruin storm has scrambled all the things. And you decided to place the bike down there. Now let's place everything else from the deep strike assault. So I put them here.
You did.
And then what happens for the other 3 units is I don't want to roll a 1.
That's true. Yeah.
Otherwise the deep strike is disordered.
Yeah.
I rolled a 1, Steve.
Typical Winter's fashion.
I should have got it on camera. I rolled a 1.
Yeah, it's the ruin storm. I keep saying it's playing with you.
You're playing with me.
I'm playing with you.
Now you can put the other units 24 inches from that unit. So this decapitation strike is going well. Can't really get much worse with the deep strike. Deep strike mishap, then disordered. You've put my Dark Furies here, which is the last place they want to be. Remember, all the Galval back are inside the ruin, so I can't charge them because you can only charge what you can see. And you're going to jump out and kill everyone because you're initiative 5. I'm initiative 5 on the charge, but it looks like I'm going to be charged.
6 anyway.
I think Argotar's a beast. And then the other unit that I want to put all the way up the battle grid is down here, which is still within 24-inch range of that unit over there.
Yeah.
So I'm spread out all over the place. The ruin storm is causing havoc.
I think we were just saying as well, because I was talking about first edition Heresy, when things deep strike, they had to stay in a clump.
Yes.
Now they can be spread out, which is great, and essentially you can spread out stuff. But when you deep strike, like when you mishap deep strike like you just did, it can be pretty horrendous, because then I can move 24 away, so it just gives me a better spread of where I can move there. So it's a swing. I like it. It's
strong.
Thought, isn't it?
If you nail it, it's strong. Yeah. If you miss it and end up like where I am, it's awful.
Yeah,
it's absolutely awful. Well, that's it for my movement phase. We're going to shoot some things. I'm not going to shoot your speeders because you'll return fire with the speeders. Yeah. The plan I did have was to shoot open one of your rhinos, and then I was going to put the assault squad here to charge the unit that came out of the rhino. That isn't happening now, but I guess I should still shoot the rhino. Wow. We'll start off with the bikes. There's 4 bikes that can actually hit that Spartan. Yeah. You can't shroud. You do have a 6-up cover save. Yeah. Let's try and kill a Spartan at least. So 3s to hit.
If I was... Sorry.
Go on.
If I was to... can I return fire with...
No. Vehicles can only return fire with defensive weapons. Defensive weapons are strength 6 or less.
All right, I gotcha.
Okay. So they all hit. You're all in multi-melt range.
Of course, yeah.
The first one doesn't do anything. The second one doesn't. That's a glance. The third one, pens. And the fourth one, so 1 pen, 2 glances.
Okay.
6-up cover saves against this.
So I'll do the pen first.
Yes.
The pen's a 6-up, yes?
Yes.
Nope. And 6 up on the glancers.
No. So that's 3 hull points, but does it blow up? On a 5, I can turn this frown upside down and I've actually killed a thing. I killed a thing, it blows up. When it blows up 3 inches. This is going to hurt. Let's do a lot of rolling off camera. So I killed it, made the saves on my unit from the explosion. You took a wound on your Terminators on the explosion, but they're toughness 5.
Yeah.
So it won't instant kill them. So let's come across to the... That's 1 scoring unit gone. A Spartan.
That's good.
Let's stick 6 las cannons straight up the face of this rhino.
Yep.
Do you want to shroud this? There's no cover, or do you want to wait for some of the shots that's going to come into the Terminators?
No, I shroud because I have a plan for that.
You have a plan for that?
A cannon plan.
Okay. Here's 6 las cannons. 5 of them hit. Las cannons are strength 9 versus front armor 11, and we have Sunder. So let's go for all the pens. So we have 4 penetrating hits there.
Yep.
4 5-up shrouding saves.
Here we go.
You make 2 of them. So if I don't destroy it, it's going to live. I need a 6. I do destroy it. It doesn't live. The explosion goes that far, hits the rhino next to it, and penetrates the rhino next to it. Sorry, that was a strength 11 hit against your side armor, so it just took a hull point off. But yeah, you don't get a save for that unless it's a hit. Guys inside are wounded on 2s. Guys on 3s. And you lose just 1 in the explosion, but they do take a pinning test when you get hit by an explosion from a vehicle, and they're not pinned. After that, Rhino got wrecked open. We're coming across to the Dreadnought, firing at your toughness 5 Terminators. Here's the one in the fist. Here's the other ones. They all hit. They wound on 2s. That's 2 wounds. 2 4-up invulnerable saves into your Terminators.
How many?
Just 2.
Just 2.
Just 2. And I kill one, the injured one. He's gone. I guess the Deredeo is firing at them as well with his strength 8 pancake, which isn't going to kill very many, but I gotta. It gets hot. I don't roll a 1 because it's a blast thing. If you roll a 1 with a blast thing, it doesn't get to shoot. Anyway, let's shoot. Boom, the plasma carronade should hit there. It doesn't hit there. Instead, it scatters forward, only hits 2 and just wounds 1 of them. Full 2-up save, it doesn't even breach. You make the saves. The Deredeo fluff in there. Here's the Ilos, which wound on 3s. 2 more 2-up saves. You're good. And then the twin-linked heavy bolter, which is twin-linked because your toughness 5. This wounds on 4s. That's 2 more 2-up saves.
Fine. And
they stand firm. All the shots from all the things into them did nothing, which means that the Mordathan that were going to shoot at them have decided to change their target. I mean, this Marigal, is there any point shooting at it? Because you're going to run turn 3, run turn 4, turn 5 you're going to be up in my grill. Do I want to shoot the Marigal? No, I want to shoot them. There's a character in there, so preferred enemy is a thing. Mm-hmm. So here's the sniper rifles, which hit them on 2s, and I reroll 1s because of preferred enemy. And then strength 5 versus toughness 5.
Yeah.
Rerolling the 1s. It's 2 rend, 1 normal 2-up safe.
Okay, so 2 rend, so that's 4 ups, yeah?
Yep.
1 goes through.
And 1 2-up safe.
And 1 2-up.
What you make, and then the missile launchers all hit. These are wounds with the reroll. That's 3 more 2-up saves with the missile launcher. And
that kills the one with the 1 wound.
Basically, all those shots that I fired in at them, I only killed 2. Biomancy for the win there. So that's the end of my shooting phase. Dreadnought's going to charge her. Don't think you've got any leadership tests anywhere. Not reacting with the Terminators. The Dreadnought charges in, adding 1 to this, 10 inches. A solo Dreadnought against 8 Terminators and Biomancy dudes. That's going to be interesting, but it's not the only charge. We're going to charge the Javelins over here, and of course the Javelins are overwatching, and this is 9 shots coming in. Could be quite painful. Well, the multi-motors are twin-linked, so the 6 las cannons are not twin-linked, and they're going to hit on 3s. And at least you missed twice. You're killing on 2s, so I don't get a save against this. And you kill 4 of them. And then the 3 multi-motors, which are twin-linked, and kill on 2s. Ouchie. 7 out of 10 dead on Overwatch. At least we make the charge. So the Assault Marines make it here. We're going to fight with the Word Bearers first. See if you manage to kill any more with all your chainswords, hitting on 4s. And that's pretty good. You'll be wounding on 4s, re-rolling, because they all have chainswords. And they all have shred. And that's 3 wounds so far. That is 3 wounds so far. 3 threat saves. I'm okay. Now I fight you back. There's a guy with a sword and a guy with a sword. Charge, charge. We're hitting you on 4s. I hit once. We're wounding on a 6. I don't wound. Okay, the pair of lightning talons on the sergeant, pair of lightning talons charge. Sorry, Raven's talons. Hopefully I can hit more than once. I can hit once. Just once. This rends on a 5. It rends, which you don't get a save against. So you need to take a leadership test -1 because you lost that combat. Okay. And you're down to leadership 7. And you fail. So it is an initiative roll off. Whoever gets the highest dice roll wins. I rolled a 5.
Yeah. So
you rolled a 2. And my sergeant sweeps the whole squad. Cost me 7 Assault Marines to do it. But I think I showed off the fact that their Achilles heel thing.
Their Achilles heel is.
They're gone. Javelins are gone. I consolidate. Just hug behind the cover. And now we come to this nightmare rock of Terminators versus my Dreadnought. The Biomancy guy is using his Lightning Claw and he'll pile in at initiative 5. Chaplain, you gave a Lightning Claw as well, but he's not going to be able to get into combat at initiative step 5. So, 3 attacks. You're hitting on 4s.
Yep.
And you hit twice. Yep. Lightning Claw versus Dreadnought needs 6s. With shred. No wounds caused. Then you pile in, and I pile in. We do all the initiative 4 things. So I'll hit you with my Dreadnought. You didn't make me disordered. I'm going to hit that unit on 3s. Mm-hmm. I hit 3 times. I'm going to wound that unit on 2s. And I wound 3 times, each of them being brutal. So 3 4 up and vulnerable saves, 3 4 up and vulnerable saves, and 3 4 up and vulnerable saves.
First one, 3 4 ups.
Is alive on a wound because your toughness 5. Second one. Now he's dead.
And the third one.
I killed 2. Just 2. Then we remembered the re-roll to hits because of the chaplain. And you got your rend through. And I failed to save. So you do put a wound. Now we're piling in at initiative 4. 20 attacks with claws.
Yeah.
5s to hit. Re-rolling for chaplain things. 6s to wound though. But shred.
Yeah.
And 6s rend.
Yeah.
Re-rolling.
4.
4 with the lightning claws. 4 5 up and vulnerable saves. I make every single save.
Wow.
Then you pile in at initiative 1. 2 chain fists in range. 4s with the. Oh, you don't even need the reroll. Now these are strength 8 versus toughness 7, but chain fists have armor bane, so you can re-roll wounds against dreadnoughts.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh.
So 3s with the re-roll. That's 3 wounds. You're not going to kill it. It's got 5 left. It makes a few saves, just like this. It fails all of its saves, just like that. Yeah. But it's still on 2 wounds remaining and holding up that squad there. So with the Dreadnought battling out in the middle of the table against the Chaplain's unit, that is the end of Raven Guard turn 2. Perhaps one of the worst deep strike assaults ever in the history of Horus Heresy. My Praetor and his unit are in danger now, getting charged by a chunk of Galvor back. The bikes are somewhat out of position. On the plus side, at least I managed to get rid of the Dreadnought round here and crack open a Rhino over there. And the Marigold Dreadnought is still a long way from the fight as we've gone to Word Bearers turn 3. So here we are after the Word Bearers movement phase. Time to capitalise on that mistake. The Galvor back and Argul crashing through that ruin straight towards my Praetor, who of course reacted, took a few steps back. You're still in terrain, so a low charge because -2 cost terrain. I'm saying there's a chance.
Yeah, you're using that.
And I got 2 reactions in the movement phase, so the bikes went backwards as well.
Running away.
Tactically repositioning, just like Raven Guard.
Brave Sir Robin.
You know,
he's
they're
a
like...
bird, isn't he? Like a, are you really the Robin,
you know, like
Robin Guard?
No, listen. You know, I'm very good at running away.
Yes.
It's so the Raven Guard is like my army, isn't it?
It is, that's right.
Because it's like built for me to position and move. Anyway, Marigold Dreadnought running all the way down the flank this way. He's coming closer, boys. Yeah. And all your guns I killed or are in the tactical squad. So the only thing you need to roll for is Biomancy, which I really hope you fail. Yeah. On your thing, you don't fail. They're back up to toughness 5.
Can he do a... Does he do one where he can charge his weapon up? Is that only in the combat phase?
In the combat phase, you can do that, but you chose to do your Lightning Claw and Strike Initiative 5 last time. But yeah, here's a force thing. Yeah. That's it for the shooting phase.
That's it for the shooting phase.
So you want to charge?
It's just a charge phase now, isn't it?
Okay. There is no Overwatch here. If I make you disordered, I might fall back on and run away off the table. But I'm a Leadership 10 Praetor. So what's the worst that can happen? I hold. We brace. And then if you could roll Snake Eyes on the charge with the gavel back, that'd be very kind of you. No, they're going 6 inches. +1 because they're quick. They'll make the charge. 1 minute. We moved the models. Then we remembered fear is a thing. Because you're corrupted. So +1 to that morale test means I failed.
Yeah, because you rolled quite high.
I rolled 10. Leadership 10 with a Praetor. So we actually fail that. And then we fall back 2d6 inches, and there's the board edge. Oh dear. So I need to roll low. Really, really low. Normally I roll low.
A double 1 normally,
Well, interestingly, a double 1 you still catch me because you made a good run. But I need to roll like a 4 or 5 and then you don't catch me, but not a 6 or 7. Yeah. We'll see. Okay. That's a 7? How close am I to the board edge? Dude, look at that.
Are you in by the skin of your teeth?
I'm okay. I don't fall off the table. You surge hard for the distance. That's still really nasty for me because in my turn I've got to regroup and I'm still in fear range. If I don't regroup, I'm gone. If I do regroup, I just sort of mill around for you to attack me next turn anyway. Brilliant. So that happened. A completely disordered charge, a bit of a surging, we saw that like we'd never seen them before. These horrible spiky things. Right, let's come over here to the fight in the middle with the Dreadnought and the Terminators. So going with the claw on your Librarian one more time, forced to hit. No re-roll this time. It isn't the first round of combat. You need a 6 to wound with a re-roll. And that doesn't wound. Then we're down to initiative 4. So all your claws and my Dreadnought get to go at the same time. Here's my Dreadnought hitting your unit on 3s. I hit once and it wounds. 3 brutal saves on a dude, please. But they are toughness 5.
Yes.
I take one out, but you can fight back at the same time. 5s to hit, but no reroll. Still 8 hits though. 6s to wound. With shred. There's 2 wounds so far, and I've only got 2 wounds. 3 wounds, and then there's a couple of chain fists. 5 up and vulnerable saves. I'm on 1 wound remaining, and then you've got a chain fist, 2 chain fists,
1 and 2,
trying to take off that last wound. So 4 attacks, hitting on 5s. You hit once, you wound on a 3 with a reroll because chain fist. And it wounds. 5 up save or death on my Dreadnought. Death on my Dreadnought. It blows up 3 inches and it'll hit all of the dudes. The explosion doesn't kill any. Then you consolidate 5 inches straight down towards the Raven Guard lines, and now I've got 7 Terminators coming at me, 10 Galvor back, and the Marigold Dreadnought, all of which will be in charge range in turn 4. And I'm kind of strung out in this L shape all the way around the edges. It's desperate times for the Raven Guard as this decapitation strike has stalled. In turn 3, got to try and regroup my Praetor's unit. Leadership 9 because of fear. And they're off the battle grid. That is Slay the Warlord. As we go to Raven Guard turn 3. So the word bearers are winning this day. And if Argul Tal 1.0, and if Argul Tal gets a scoring unit in my deployment zone, and there's no troops down in my deployment zone, that's another 7 points, and it's basically an auto victory. So we're spreading out. The unit that Deep Struck Mishap over there ran and came here. The other unit that came on the other side ran forward to try and move block the Marigal Dreadnought a little bit. Otherwise, in turn 4, you'll be here. In turn 5, you'll be wrecking face. So turn 4, I'd rather you stay back a bit. And I try and keep some troop unit alive. And the idea is that Deredeo can shoot at it. It didn't recover its wound with it will not die. And the Mordathan can shoot at it as well. Maybe take a few more wounds off of it. And when it charges, the Raven Talon takes the last wound off, kills it in close combat. It's glorious dead Marigal.
Yeah.
Do you like that for a plan?
I like that for a plan. It's a cunning plan.
It's a cunning plan. All of the Mordathan in the middle of the battle grid, well, they're dead anyway. Operations stay away from Argyle Tal. And then the bikes and the speeders spinning around this way to try and take out some of your troops.
Yeah.
That is a thing. But these aren't really punchy. It's all about the guns. So let's start here. Let's try and get rid of some of your scoring units. I think we're going to start off with, I've got 2 multi-melters in range and the las cannons from the speeders. But if I fire the bikes in, you can't shroud it. But the bikes could shoot at the troops. Because there's windows in those ruins there. And I got down, had a good look, and I can see. So the point I'm trying to think about here is, do I pour everything into Rhino and the guys, or do I hit just the troops? 1 minute, need to think. What I'm going to do is fire the bikers at the Rhino, because if I do kill it, then the bikers can also charge the unit that pops out. That's the thing. So one of the multi-melters isn't in multi-melter range and is twin-linked, and that one misses, good. So we know that. And the other ones hit on, they all hit. Yep. Strength 8, all in multi-melter range. So the first one, pens. Second one, pens. Okay. Third one, pens. Fourth one, pens. 4 penetrating hits. Yep. You got a little bit of cover. 4 6s coming up. Negative. It's definitely dead. Does it go boom boom? It doesn't go boom boom. It's just a wreck. The unit that get out have to take a pinning test. And what you can do, they're not pinned, is get them out a bit further away from the bikes maybe. Yeah. So they're now here. It's a bit of a long charge for the bikers, but hopefully I can make the second unit fail morale, fall off the table. Let's shoot 6 las cannons into them. Are you reacting to this one, sir?
Yeah, now I'll do my word bearer specific one, so I lose one model and...
Glorious Martyrdom. I don't think you even need to roll a hit. I think one just dies.
I think one just dies, yeah.
Yeah, I just checked. That's what happened.
That is what
one
happened.
of them is a martyr for the cause.
It is, yeah.
So that was glorious. Let's try and kill a Marigal Dreadnought then. I have moved my Deredeo around here. Look, there's doorways and things.
Yeah, there is.
And then there's a window
so
through there.
Shoot it. There?
No.
No.
No. We're going to do the straight shot version.
Are you sure?
Which hits on 2s and doesn't get hot. And I hit 4 times. It's strength 7, but 4's breach. That is wound. A 5 up and vulnerable save.
Nope.
It takes a wound. The Alos hits once and wounds. 2 up save against that. Takes another wound. Good. And then the heavy bolters, which is twin linked, and these wound on 6s. Nothing. It does take 2 wounds though. That's softened up a little bit for the Mordathan. Missile fire. Hits twice. Wounds twice. 2 up saves.
Yeah.
And then sniper fire on 2s. I miss 3 times. 5's rend. That's 3 rending hits.
That's what you need, isn't it? So 5, yes?
Yes. And it's down to 1 wound remaining. Perfectly softened up for when you charge in. My Raven Talon Sergeant is going to kill him in close combat, even though he's hitting on 12s or something. So that's the thing. He's softened up. I think that's the end of my shooting phase. That is the end of... I'm charging. There's some charging coming on. The only thing that's charging is this bike unit. Want to charge this unit over here. They can brace or they can overwatch.
Overwatch. Can they retreat?
What do you mean? Who?
So the reaction, and you can only do overwatch
or brace. Yeah, if you fail the brace, you might run off of the table.
Oh, true. Yeah. I'd probably just overwatch. There's nothing else recharging, so.
Overwatch on 3s. Force to wound. 3 up saves, no artificer armor in there. 1 was injured because he hit terrain earlier on. He dies. Then we charge. We get +3 to this because we're really quick. And we're going, what's that? That's 12 inches. Bang. We make the charge. Hammer of Wrath does a wound. That's a 3 up save. One gets run over, impact hits from the Sky Hunters, and then I issued a challenge with my sergeant. You accepted with your sergeant. And now my sergeant at initiative 4 wants to kill your sergeant with his power fist before you kill me. Hitting on 4s. And he hits once. Does he have Artificer armor? So it's 4s to wound. And a reroll. And a 5, it would have killed him, but this is a 2-up save.
Yes.
And he makes his save. Now we're at initiative 4. The remaining bikers hit on 4s, and they only hit 3 times with chainswords. 2 more 3-up saves on your unit. And that's another one dead. So I killed 2, but you got a Vexilla in that squad, which counts +1 for combat resolution, and then you fight back. 7 attacks. You dropped it. There's another one. Oh, there we go. 4s to hit.
4s?
Yes. 2 wounds. You take a wound. So currently, interestingly, because the Vexilla, the combat is a draw, then your sergeant tries to punch my sergeant. 2 attacks. 4s to hit. Please miss. He hits once. 2s to kill him.
Yep.
He kills him.
Yep.
You won that combat by 2. I'm leadership 6. I hold, but I think I want to hit and run. It's your turn next, right?
Yeah, it's my turn next, yeah.
No. Let's just, you got a power fist in there. Do I want to hit and run? I do want to hit and run.
Okay.
Let's do a leadership test. Initiative test. I failed the initiative test. We're still locked up.
Okay.
So I tried to make them break. That battle is ongoing. That's the end of turn 3 for the Raven Guard. You'll notice I'm on this edge, I'm on this edge, I'm on the back edge, and I'm all the way on this edge over here, dancing around the traitorous word bearers as we go into turn 4. In the word bearers movement phase, Argyle has breached the Raven Guard lines, running straight down towards that Deredeo over there, advancing. Next turn, he's going to be a problem. Terminator's staying still because the Mordathan are looking skittish. And if you'd have moved, I'd have moved. And then Snake Eyes on the charge would have been a failed charge. And then the rest of your army is round here. Marigold Dreadnought staying still. These guys are locked up in combat. And these guys are on the ground floor. We've put them there so you can see. And suddenly the word bearers do have a shooting attack.
Yeah.
So
just bolt pistols into that.
Loads of bolt guns. I'm gonna shroud because it's the only shooting attack coming in this turn on 3s, and you get 7 hits because one of them died earlier.
4s.
What's the wound? We have 3 wounds, 3 3-up saves, and a bit of a shroud. And you take one of them down, and that's the end of the shooting phase. Do you want to do Biomancy on your dude one more time? That passes. Your strength and toughness goes up one more time, and then you charge. Mm-hmm. So the Marigold's going straight into them.
Yeah.
The Terminators can't fail the charge into the Mordathan. Yeah. So the Terminators make it here into the Mordathan. The Marigold might make it there. But we're going to overwatch you.
Yeah, but you were thinking about bracing.
I was thinking about bracing.
Reminded you he's got fear.
Yes.
So you know what happened last time. So
you made my Praetor run off the table without fighting anything.
He did a brave Sir Robin and flew away.
Tactically repositioned. See, the thing is, he heard Lorgar's back there and he's gone for Lorgar.
Oh, more
that's what
Erebus, maybe.
Erebus, definitely go kill that guy.
Person.
Right, 3s to hit on Overwatch. That's not a good start, is it? That's only 4 hits. 6s to wound. I do a wound. If you roll a 1, he's dead.
You say another chance.
Oh, he rolled a 1. So he would have been there where he blows up because he blows up a long way. D6 plus 6 inches on the explosion will hit all of them. And that's 9 strength, 8 hits, which wound on 2s. That's a lot of wounds. I have 3-up saves with all of this. I lose 4 guys, so you didn't make the charge, but 4 of them get wiped out, but at least that Dreadnought's gone. Did not roll.
Yeah.
This is why I like Heresy.
I'm about to say this is why I like Heresy, because that was meant to happen.
Yeah.
You know, if we play 40k, I could go command reroll.
Yeah.
I know you can't do explosions again with command reroll on 40k, but it's kind of like the dice have to tell the story.
Yeah.
And I like that. I don't care if it blows up, it's quite thematic, you know.
One of the reasons why, that as well, a 1 is always bad, a 6 is always good, but another reason why I like Heresy is because horrible things can happen, such as your Praetor go hunting after Lorgar, but horrible things, it balances out at the end most of the time. There are some games where it doesn't balance out and it's over in turn 3, but most of the games, weird things happen to either side anyway. We're coming over here where all the Terminators and all the things are striking all my stuff. Chaplain and Librarian at the same time. They've both got claws. Yeah. They're all hitting on 3s. And you've got the full reroll because that's what Chaplain... Okay, there we go. That's lots. Wounding on 4s with a full reroll. Lightning claws. Wounding on 3s.
3s because I'm at extra strength, remember?
Yes.
But I've got a shred.
Shreddy McShred face.
Yeah. That
wipes out 3 of them, puts 1 down to 1 wound. Now we have many attacks with lightning claws, 25 attacks. These are all hit on 4s.
Yeah. But with a reroll because of Chaplain.
Chaplain reroll. 3s to wound, Biomancy. Rerolling for shred. That kills the remaining squad, except for the sergeant who's got Artificer armor.
Yeah.
He needs 2s. He's on 1 wound remaining.
Yeah.
And then he can fight back. And he's going to hit you on 4s. He hits twice. It's a chainsword. He wounds twice. The 2 wounds. I don't tickle any. No. Leadership really low.
I've got chain fist to do.
Oh yeah, you've got chain fist to do. Let's do the chain fist. There's 2 chain fists. Yeah. They're going to hit on 4s.
With a reroll?
With the reroll. Brilliant. And they'll kill him on a 2. And that's the squad. Then the Terminators consolidate, continuing to put pressure down on the Raven Guard lines. All that stands against them now is a Derridae on 1 wound and a tactical squad. There's Terminators. There's Galvor back. It's getting scary down there. Now we come all the way over here to this ongoing fight with the bikers and the tactical word bearers back here. Chainswords hit the word bearers on 4s. This time, 5 hits. Wound them on 4s with a bit of shredded wheat. It's 4 3-up saves against them. You can tank on Artificer if you want to. He's no longer in a challenge. You are tanking. 2-up save on the Sergeant. Yep. He's dead. Sergeant's dead.
And the other 3.
And another one is dead. That's 2 of them taken out.
2 of them taken out.
But that fellow who died can fight before he dies. So you've got 7 attacks which hit on 4s. Yep. And you hit pretty good as well. These guys hate each other. 4s to wound. 3 wounds. So I did 2 wounds to you. You've got a Vexilla.
Yeah.
You do 2 wounds to me.
Yeah. So
you count as winning by 1.
Yeah.
So I'm back to leadership 6 without a sergeant. And we hold.
Ground, yeah.
1 minute. Let's try and hit and run. Would I roll equal or under my initiative? Which I do. So they're going 2d6 inches plus their movement in a straight line away from here. They move 16 plus that. So the bikers have taken down the sergeant from that tactical squad. Maybe they knew him. They hit and run back over there. The tactical squad consolidate back into cover. And that is the end of Word Bearer's turn for the Raven Guard. 2 more turns to try and keep some of these scoring units alive and try and jump on some of the exposed units of the Word Bearers, such as this little unit here. Now I've got some Assault Marines down here that could potentially jump on them, maybe, as we've gone to Raven Guard turn 4. The Raven Guard continued to skirt around the edges of the battle grid. Troops are in the enemy deployment zone and in the middle zone over here. An Operation Kill the Troops is in effect. The bikes are coming back for round 2. The javelins have all moved round to get all their multi-melters in range. And you didn't react here one way or the other because they're also going to get chumped on from Assault Marines on this side. Hopefully, I've got 2 turns to clear away all the troops here because things down in my quarter are looking really bad. Those tactical Marines are tactically repositioning to the corner of the battle grid. See, what it is now my Praetor's now over there. He's went off that side and he swung around there and he's calling them towards him, you see. That's what's happening there.
Come little pigeons.
Yeah, they're fine. See, the Raven Guard way is to hit and run and be combat effective for the next battle. We've already won this battle by running away. And the Derrideo move round a little bit round this side. Then the Galval back reacted to that straight towards the Derridere. And the reason why I moved it around that side is because there's a window in that ruin there. And we said those dudes are on the ground floor.
They are on the ground floor.
So if I shoot a blast template in, and my assault marines are really close, I need this blast template to hit. So let's shoot the blast template in.
Should we put it on? Where do you want it?
It's going to hit them, but let's see if it gets hot. Because if it gets hot, you don't fire it. It doesn't get hot. Don't, no, not there. Yeah, back. Yeah, thanks. That's good. Are you shrouding or?
Like shooting phase, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just shroud this.
Okay, it's a lot of shots.
Yeah.
Scatter. Scatter's coming this way towards me. That's bad. Steve.
Yeah.
That hit one of my guys into yours.
Danger close.
I'm going to roll to hurt you. You roll to hurt me. I'm not rolling to hurt myself. This wound's on 2s and they breach. Yeah. So 5 up ruins save and a 5 up shrouding save. Not ruins, shroud. No, okay, only 1. And then you hit my guy and you don't wound him. No. That's good. So killed 1 so far. Then the Ilos shoots in because this can pin. Only 1 of them hits. Strength 6. It wounds. It's AP3. You can tank it on the sergeant if you want to.
Well, I've got a shroud.
Shroud, okay. Well, cover first.
Cover first, yeah.
Which you make. Okay, only 1 so far. Here's the twin-linked heavy bolter. That is 3 wounds with the bolter of the heavy variety. 4 wounds, sorry.
4 wounds.
3 up saves. And then the shroud. And I take 3 out, which will be enough for a leadership test. Interesting. Okay. Let's keep pouring it on. The 2 bikers here are going to shoot at the unit we want to charge. Multi-melters. They're twin-linked. That one's really cocked.
Yeah.
They both hit. They both wound. 5 up ruin save. You're dug in deep. One of them gets taken out. And then we fire all the javelins. I can't see all of these guys because Rhino in the way. So we fire all the javelins at the unit that we want to charge. Here are the multi-melters, which are twin-linked, thank heavens, because everything missed. And here are the las cannons, and 4 of them miss. But these are wound on 2s. 4 wounds. 4 ruin save on this squad that are about to get charged. And 3 of them get taken out. It's the end of my shooting phase. Leadership test on the dudes in the ruin.
Yeah. They're fine.
And they hold.
Because they're 6, because of word bearers.
Yes. And now we're going to charge them. Going to brace. He's going to brace. And that's a fail, which means you fall back 2d6 inches towards the board edge. 6 inches. Which is interesting, because that way was longer. So you had to come around this way, which is closer to the Raven Guard to get to your board edge. And then we charge, and we'll make the charge. Yeah. Then you've got to roll to regroup or you get swept. Because a unit that's falling back, if you catch them... You sweep them. Fine. And they regroup. Like that. And then the second unit of bikes are going to charge and you can overwatch or you can brace because you get 2 reactions because Argotar. Wisely choosing to overwatch this time.
Because bracing went so well before. Yeah. I think, oh well, what could be worse if overwatch this time?
3s. That's good shooting on those bikes. There's only 4 wounds in that unit. This could hurt and no artificer armor. Okay, 4 wounds. Potentially
5 wounds.
5 wounds. Potentially you could kill them all. You wound 1. You just wound 1 and then we charge, adding 3 to this because of the speed we're in.
Yeah.
The bikes have 2 Hammer of Wrath impact hits. 1 of them wounds. 3 up save. You're good. Then the Sky Hunters rev their chainswords. They're quite angry since you took out the sergeant. Re-rolling for shred. That's only 2 wounds on that squad. 2 3 up saves. And I don't take out any. Are you going to make me break?
Let's hope so.
5 attacks back again. You already count as winning this. You hit 3 times.
Nice. Okay,
and then wound on 4s. Wound twice. So you cut down another biker and the last biker needs to make a leadership 4 test and he fails. Can you sweep him? I rolled a 1. You rolled a 2 and you sweep the bikers down. So the bikers came back in for round 2 and they failed.
Well, this is why you should have ran away and stayed away.
Yes.
This brave Sir Robin stuff is not working for you. Okay?
No, coming back in is definitely not working.
No, it's not. No.
5 Hammer of Wrath attacks into this unit that fell back.
Yeah, that'll work.
I don't do any wounds.
Okay.
Right, now we fight.
Yeah.
You've got a dude with a fist.
Yeah.
I'm going to challenge him
I'll
because
accept
that worked last time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Do you want to fight with your two normal guys at
Okay.
initiative 4 first of all?
Yeah.
So they're hitting on 4s, winning on 4s. And
Nope.
they don't hit. Right, now my guy this time, Sergeant, pair of Raven's Talons and the charge.
Yeah.
This will definitely kill your power fist before you get a chance to strike.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit all the times. I hit twice. Really looking for 5s. He's dead with the shred, so that will kill him and one more as the wound spills over, leaving one dude remaining.
Yep.
Then we fight with the swords. These swords are going to wound on 4s, and there's still one guy alive. Okay, so then the chainswords. Chainswords have to kill the last guy. I hit 3 times. I wound 3 times. 3 3-up saves on the last guy. And he's still alive. Interesting. You lost that combat by 2 though.
I did, yeah.
So leadership 6.
Yeah.
Can't get lower than 6. It would be 5.
6. He holds.
So with your 2 tactical squads hanging on here in the corner, and I say 2 of them, one's got 1 guy left.
Yeah.
We're about to go on to turn 5. Talking about tactical squads hanging in the corner, my guy's tactically repositioned down here. Remember, at the end of turn 5, you get points for each zone that you control. They'll get 7 points if these tacticals aren't there.
Yeah.
But they probably will be there. So it looks like that zone's contested. In the middle, I've got my dudes all the way over there. And at the end, in your zone, you've got 2 units and I've got 2 units as well. So I'm not sure anyone is going to score any zones. We shall see. And then you've got 1 point for Slay the Warlord.
Of course, yeah.
And then it's a point for kill more or hold more. I don't know. It could be a draw. It could be a victory. I have no idea how this battle is going to end as we go on to turn 5. So the word bearers movement phase, they only have 3 scoring units, which are the Galval back, which are going to utterly kill that dreadnought. This unit of 5 that ran through there and is staying away from all the melters and all the las cannons from the speeders. And this lone hero holding up this assault squad here. That means you've got units in all 3 zones with all 3 of your dudes. But I've got a scoring unit, a scoring unit, a scoring unit, and another score. I've got one more scoring unit than you to play with. Now we charge and fight. Everyone's flying in to the Derrideo. And we've got this fight over here. The Galvalback went charging in. I did Overwatch with a 5-up Invan and a 5-up Feel No Pain. None of them died. And a Derrideo on 1 wound left died. Blew up. And again, none of them died. The Galvalback doing what Galvalback do. There's still a full unit of 10 there. So that happened. Now we fight here.
We fight, yeah.
You've got a guy with an attack.
Yeah.
He hits on a 4.
He's a guy. He doesn't.
He misses. And then my sergeant strikes out. And he hits twice. And he'll kill him on a 4. And he's gone. So in turn 5 for the Raven Guard, no one will score this edge down here because you have troops there and there. No one's scoring the middle because you've got these guys in the middle and I've got these guys in the middle. But I do get 7 points for having 1, 2 points in your deployment zone. You've got a point for killing the Warlord, so it's 7 points to 1 in favour of the Raven Guard. What's happened here is, that wasn't a deep strike mishap, Steve. What it was we landed in,
right? I like how you're spinning this.
No.
You're spinning it.
A narrative genius happening here.
Right,
Okay, you ready for it? So what happened was, we tried to, story time.
Okay, story time.
On this battle grid,
Yeah.
Argyle Tal and the Galval back are rampaging, doing all the things, and then my Praetor brought this decapitation strike to take them out. But the one thing that you didn't know is my Praetor didn't even need to land a blow. What I was doing was drawing you down this way. The tactical Marines are tactically repositioning off the table, and you're now in the kill zone because the cruiser up ahead nukes this place from orbit, turns the battlefield to glass. It's the only way to be sure. Argyle Tal died here. Definitely not any other point in the Horus Heresy. No blink of a teleport homer, anything like that. It is a victory for the Raven Guard, and this is the way the world ends. Fourth game of Horus Heresy. First time you haven't played anything but War of Lies. What do you think, Steve McRob?
That's brilliant. It's such a good game. I mean, like I say, the dice just tell the story. There's a few things I could have done. Like, I actually know there's probably nothing I could have done differently than the way I played it, because I think you won because you can outmaneuver me.
Raven Guard doing Raven Guard things.
Exactly.
Scout,
I mean, especially like running away, which is great at. Ravenwing are great at running away from things.
Movement
so basically, running away won you the battle.
Movement wins your games.
Movement or running away.
Yeah. Well,
spin it how you want.
Okay. Well, Steve, not Rob, when you bring two massive rocks and you just shove them down my throat, the only thing I can really do is run away from them. I did send the Dreadnought in there. Yeah. I did give you a bit of a tickle.
Yeah.
But yeah, two big rocks and a Spartan at 3,000 points.
I think, like, with what I've just seen here, it's a very much a scissors rock thing here. I think my rock moved forward and you had the paper to nullify it, to run away. I think, you know, if I wasn't against some maneuverable army running 2 blocks down there and against someone else, I think it would have done really well, because I think we played a game off camera a few months ago, and and similar list to this in against your Iron Hands. I mean, once I got into combat, I pretty much chewed a lot of stuff up quite quickly.
I couldn't run away. I was
run
Iron
away,
Hands.
and it was like, oh Jesus, like, you know, but like having to maneuver away or run away.
But I said this time when you turned up, because you played Iron Hands last time off camera, I said Raven Guard. I'll show you some Raven Guard this time, so some different flavours. You have a good list though. It is quite, I mean, Triple Javelin, Strong, we showed what they could do. The Deep Strike Mishap and Disordered, we showed what they could do. Biomancy, we showed people what they could do. Argle Tau, 10 Galvor back, 5 up Feel No Pain, 5 up Invulnerable Save. I mean, that's all you need, surely.
Exactly, yeah.
They're crazy
I mean, to be
good.
fair, they only ever killed the Dorado in the end.
They only,
the guys ran away from him off the table. We
showed what fear did, because
fear
made them break, and fear meant they didn't regroup, and fear meant that they tactically repositioned, so the orbital strike could hit them and he's dead.
I think, like, probably a pivotal turn I just remember is running my Marigold Dreadnought into your Raven Guard with one wound blowing up. Because I think if he'd have got in, he would have mullered them, or at least maimed them.
If he had killed them and not died, they wouldn't have been there, and then you'd have had a tactical squad there, and then no one has scored any zones. Then it would come down to 1 point for Slay the Warlord, and then there's 1 point for having more units remaining. And I've got, well, they wouldn't have been there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And in these rocks here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just in those rocks. So you'd have had more units remaining than me.
Just come down to a dice roll.
Just that dice roll.
Just that dice roll.
Just that Marigold.
Pivoting turn, I think.
I love Horus Heresy.
It's brilliant.
The dice definitely tell the story. It feels like a war game.
I think we said, like, this is probably like Horus Heresy, Marine on Marine is probably the closest you can get to a game of chess. You know, as in you've both got similar assets. Just a very tweaking between legions, but you all get reactions. You all pretty much have the access to the same stuff via a few specialist units here and there. So, as a war game wise, I think it's really good. You know, it gets the brain cells thinking a little bit more, because you can't plan. You know, two in my case, going from Dorset.
Yeah.
So, and if I think too hard, they just catch on fire. I've got none left for the day. So yeah, I think it's a great war game.
It is a great war game. Steve, not Rob, spitting facts there. We do hope you enjoyed that battle report. No idea how it was going to end until the end. Glorious stuff. Happy wargaming.